Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trenopole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor, if you found the show, smash that thumbs up, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm up to 708 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's try to keep it rolling, get to 800 as fast as we can. Now, this show and every show, as always, is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Okay, we're doing something for the first time we've ever done. It's a live video chat. So I pinned the chat, the link to the top of the chat page. So if you guys want to come in and have a live discussion with us, which I'll bring in my boys here, Mike and Jeremy. What's up, boys?
We're here.
Hey, what's going on?
So if you guys want to do a live chat with us just like this, you click in the link at the top of the chat, and we'll bring you in and we can discuss Bengals, Bearcats, Reds, whatever you guys want to talk about. So you can still comment in the chat. I'll bring it up, or you can get on and we can do a video chat. So got some news on Joe Burrow. He had his surgery yesterday, successful. The good thing is I heard from Dave Lapham that there's no more damage in his knee other than the ACL and the MCL, no extra damage or anything like that. So that's good. Moving forward to hopefully, we've heard 9 to 12. We've heard 9 to 14 months. It just depends on the rehab and how long it takes and how Joe does. And, we'll move on from there. I think personally he will be back by the beginning of the year, first game, but there's no guarantee. It just depends on what Joe does. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Mike. We'll just take it down the line here, man.
Okay. I agree with you, Jeff. It all depends. It all depends how the rehab goes. And like I was telling Jeremy, everything has to, work. He has to keep doing it every day, make sure the knee is doing what it's supposed to. I agree. But it all depends how everything works out, though. So we'll see.
Well said, Mike. Well said for me, because that's how I am. I've always told you guys, and everybody already knows this, but I always prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And that's what I'm doing with this. I've heard, like Jeff said, from 9 months to 14. So the only thing I would want to let Bengal fans know is if we have to pick up a Ryan Fitzpatrick next year or a Cam Newton that's been all over Bengals Nation, I've seen that, even though he's not my favorite guy in the world, we are going to have a solid offensive line next year.
Yes.
We are going to draft pass rushers next year.
Or sign them.
Or sign them.
Yes.
That's right. Or free agency. Doesn't matter. Which is going to help. Trey Wayne's off the IR.
Yeah.
DJ Reader's going to be
off
in the middle.
IR.
Yep. WJ3, Bates, and why do I always forget our other safety?
Sims.
No.
Bell. Von Bell.
Von Bell, yeah. Because he's new. We got, But I think he's going to pick up the system, and I think it's going to make it so much easier for those guys. So don't freak out is all I'm telling Cincinnati fans if we do not see Burrow the first week, because Burrow is here to stay no matter who we bring in.
Yeah, the thing is, this year, last year, or I guess beginning of this season, I didn't think it was that big of a deal to get a backup quarterback because my feeling was, at least a good backup quarterback, my feeling was if Joe Burrow gets hurt, it's over. It doesn't matter. So it's not that, which is what happened. I mean, which we weren't going anywhere anyway. We got 2 wins. I was hoping we'd have more, but that's why I didn't put that much of an emphasis on keeping Andy Dalton or getting, Jameis Winston or other guys that are out there. Now, going into this next offseason, it's crucial. That's as important as fixing the offensive line, as fixing the defensive line. You got to get a dependable backup quarterback. My choice would be Fitzmagic. We'll be playing him Sunday. Well, I think, or 2 is starting. I'm not sure which one's starting, but that's the guy I would like them to get because he's perfect. He's perfect for this. if Burrow's not ready at the beginning of the year, you go ahead and you let Fitzpatrick do it, and until Joe is ready, and you need a guy to keep you in the hunt, hopefully, because hopefully the Bengals will be in the playoff hunt next year.
I think the hardest part for Burrow, and it was even hard for me when I had an MCL tear, and this is another thing I brought up to Jeremy, is that, the rehab is going to be the hardest part because, it's all in the legs, and you don't have that much strength in the legs. So for having an MCL and ACL, it's going to be very tough. But if he can get through that, he can get through anything. So,
all right.
Good luck, Burrow.
We're getting some people in chat row here, and I don't know if you guys saw the beginning of the show or not, but just want to let you know at the bottom of the screen there it says come join our live chat, and the link is at the top of the YouTube page, not on any of the Facebook pages. It's on the YouTube page. So you have to go to Sports Strawberry Ice on the YouTube channel, click on the link, and you guys can be brought up just like we are here, and we can talk to you guys face to face instead of commenting all the time.
You will be live.
So
it will be all over the internet, folks.
Yeah. So and that's the thing too is if you do it, which is fine, you're more than welcome to come on. Keep it clean. Don't cuss. We're not getting our arguments. It's just a fun Football Friday show. All right, Landon, exactly, Jeremy. We will have a good offensive line next year. Yeah,
no doubt.
What we are hoping, and that is the plan, at least for us anyway. Dennis, sounds good, and the good next year, but it sounds good on paper. You got to put in the work, so we will know the beans are here. Bengals are here for next year. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that goes with any team or whatever. Well, but we're going to work like.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Mike Brown. You can call him what you want, say what you want. He did what he did last year, and I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of the same this year. Yeah. I think we're going to work like hell to make sure that this line and this defense is ready. And Burrow, when he does come back, whenever that may be, has a team full of weapons and a solid line in front of him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, all Bengal fans need to realize is that everybody that's hurt this year, they will be back next year.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. That's a good point, Mike, that as many injuries as we had this year, it's very unlikely it could happen again, but it's very unlikely we'll have this many injuries next year because hopefully the pandemic will be, maybe not over, but we can – and there's my dog going nuts. But, pandemic will be at least calmed down so we can –
But, yeah, as to what he was saying is, the pandemic will calm down and we still need to show up for Cincinnati and fill the stadium if we're allowed to at that time. I believe that's what Jeff was referring to.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I just don't want everybody to hear my dog going nuts.
Yeah,
the whole time.
The same way with mine.
Yeah. All right, Dennis. But Fitzpatrick is a gunslinger and he gives up a lot of picks. Yes, he does.
He does.
It doesn't necessarily have to be him, but I mean that's who I like. Just because. Okay, say we get somebody like Jameis Winston, or we get somebody like Cam Newton, or somebody like that. These guys are ones that their goal is to be a star. Not that Fitzpatrick's goal isn't, but he's been in this position his entire career where he's, the stopgap until the actual starter comes. So who's to say? Just say Jameis Winston comes here and he starts having a great, phenomenal year. Then does the talk start? Well, do you keep, because it'll happen. Do you keep him or you go to Joe Burrow? And I don't want that. I want a guy this is what he's supposed to do. This is what you're here for. There's no controversy because we don't want any division or anything in the locker, especially if we actually have a shot at the playoffs. That's one of the reasons I like Fitzpatrick. But I do agree with Dennis. He is a gunslinger and he would throw a lot of picks.
He does, but he knows our system. And one thing about Fitz is he does give you a chance to win. So we get that solid defense, get that solid offensive line. We've got plenty of weapons at wide receiver. Maybe get a running back somewhere, an extra, just somebody extra. You never know. But anyway, we do have that, and Fitz will do it, but he will also give you a chance to win the game. You get with Cam Newton. He's starting with the Patriots right now. He's not exactly doing that well.
Yeah, I don't know if I get him, to be honest.
Yeah, and
his style really doesn't fit with the Bengals. His style doesn't really fit with the Bengals offense anyway.
Not really, and really, to be honest with you, and then I'll let you go with it, Mike, and you can tell us what you think. But after watching Cam Newton last week, he's not as mobile as he was. Not even close to when I watched him personally.
Lots of hits
at Auburn in the stadium. Okay, with a girlfriend, long time ago. Not throwing out my age, but anyway, a long time ago. And he does not look anywhere near like that quarterback that I saw in the college field. Now he's been injured and done this. Can he help the Bengals? I don't know, but like I'm with you. Fitz magic is for me. Go ahead, Mike. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think Fitzpatrick would be a good fit just until Burrow can come back. We got the weapons, just imagine, Bengal fans, that not only the players that are hurt this year that will be back next year, imagine on top of the draft too, of what kind of players we would get in the draft. So I have a feeling somebody's going to bring up tonight that somebody's going to mention, well, should we draft a quarterback in the draft? No, we go to free agency, sign him for a year. If in a bad case scenario, if Burrow can't come back, you'll have a quarterback and then release him, and then Burrow will be back the following year. So that's the way I look at it.
Right. Somebody to give us a chance. Yep.
Yeah, we've had it in Bengals Nation where some people said we should draft Turk, whatever his name is, from Florida. Why?
That kid hasn't played well this year anyway at all. Much from what I watched, I think one game, but
the only game I seen was Kentucky, and he looked pretty good. But still, it doesn't.
Yeah, but they've hyped him up. They've hyped him way up.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why you would draft a quarterback when we have one and we don't need a quarterback? They're all trading for this. So you only draft a quarterback who's not as good, not even close to as good as the one that we have, and trade the one we have. Granted, he's injured, but trust me, people would take him, and they give us a lot for him. I agree with them. But I still wouldn't do it. There's a reason. So
our franchise will be back at some point, and we just don't need to rush him. And that's what we started off the show.
Right.
Whatever it may take to get him back. That Burrow is our franchise.
Exactly. All right, Landon. Just curious, why didn't Tua start last game? I've been wondering that myself. I don't know if he's injured, or they said he wasn't, because I know the week before he took a shot on his hip that he got. Had surgery on last year.
And he's had surgery throughout his whole college career as well.
Right, exactly.
I heard he was just flat out benched because he wasn't playing that well.
Yeah. Now, as we're getting more viewers on here, I'm going to keep saying it. So I guess somebody gets the guts to come on and talk to us. We'll see what happens here. But there's a link pinned to the top of the YouTube channel, on the chat in the YouTube channel. That's a link that you guys can come on. It's a video chat, and you can come on and talk just like us three are right here, and we can see your face. We can have actual conversations. So we've had people saying, hey, I want to get on. I want to join the fun. I want to do this. Well, there you go. We figured out how to do it. So jump on. Let's see what you guys got.
That's right.
All right, total package. I believe with an upgrade O-line, our offense will be one of the top in the league. I agree with you. We have seen how dominant the offense can be when we're able to run the ball. Yes, and that's the key too. It's not just throwing it. We got to get holes for Joe Mixon to run through. Because the thing is, since Joe Mixon's been here, we have not had a good line, and he's still running over 1,000 yards. He ain't gonna get it this year because he's out too many games. But he's still doing that. Just think how good he'll do if he actually has an offensive line that would open up holes for him to run through.
Yeah, could you imagine a hole for him? I mean,
yeah, that would make it a lot easier. All right, Crypt Keeper is up. Hey, guys, I heard New Jerseys are coming next year, going back to the 81 style, the ring of stripes on the sleeves. Who they? I don't know. I mean, from what I have been told, well, I asked about it at the beginning of the year from one of my guys. That's Bengal Jim. He seems to know a lot about what's going on with the Bengals. And from the beginning of the year, he said that there wasn't any plans on giving them new uniforms. And the thing is, you got to do it. You got to tell the NFL you want to do it like 2 years in advance to be able for it to happen. So we'll see. We lost Jeremy. Bye, Jeremy. Hopefully Jeremy will come back. Crypt. Wow, that's what Landon said. So I don't know. Have you heard anything about new uniforms or anything, Mike?
I haven't heard anything about it. Usually I would hear something about it, but I haven't heard nothing. So,
all right. So let's move on to the game that we're playing this weekend versus the Miami Dolphins. Now, that was the last game of the year last year, and it was the only time in my life I actually kind of was rooting for the Bengals to lose because I wanted to make sure we got Joe Burrow. And they proceeded to come back and they scored 16 points in 29 seconds. I'll never forget that. I was down in Florida. Me and my father were watching the game. I'm like, oh, this game's over. I went and got something, got a check. We're about to leave. And I walk up and he's, come here. I'm like, what? He's like, they tied it up. I'm like, what? Like, how did that happen? Randy Bullock, he kicked a 57-yard field goal. That was the longest of his NFL career. So it was a very interesting game. Hey, Jeremy, you're back. Where'd you go?
What's up?
Yeah. Alabama, internet again issues. So
won't happen again. I can promise you that. I don't know why.
On Burrow while you're off.
Yeah, I was running out to California just to make sure his rehab and all that was going good. So.
Well, that's the other thing too, that you brought that up. The rehab and everything. Not necessarily going to. I don't know if it's set that it's going to happen out there, or if he's coming back. But I know he's going to be out there for a little while before he comes. If he comes back to Cincinnati, I don't know if he's coming back here to do his rehab or not. But I know he's not going to be coming back here for a little while. Yeah, Mike, you got something?
Yeah, I heard a rumor just the other day about it. I think it was on Bengals Wire that there's a possibility that he is coming back right after surgery and do his rehab in Cincinnati. So I haven't heard nothing else since then. So
yeah, I don't think I heard what Dave Lapham was saying on the Bengals pep rally today, and he said that from what he heard, that it wasn't set what he's doing yet. That he's just not leaving California for a little while because they to move. It's at least a 4-hour plane flight, and
oh yeah,
that's elevation and everything. You don't want to mess with the knee, and you got to make sure the thing's stable before you start doing stuff.
One day after surgery.
Right, exactly. Now, Eric Thomas said something too interesting. I posted this on Bengals Nation about. I forgot about this back in like 90. He tore his ACL. He said he slightly tore his MCL, but it wasn't a complete tear like Burrow's. But he said the interesting thing for him about his rehab, and he said they're going to have to hold Joe back probably because Joe's going to go full bore, get on this, which is what you want. You want them to do that, and you want to have to hold him back. You want him motivated to do it. But he said one day, he goes, your knee's going to feel like 100%. Like you can go out, you can run and play tomorrow, or today. And then you wake up the next day and you don't even want to get out of bed. So it's going to be a mental challenge for Burrow. And me and Jeremy were talking about this earlier. Mental challenge, I'll take Burrow all day long because he's a very mentally strong player. I think biggest reason because what happened to him, what he had to go through to get to where he is now, being the highly recruited guy to Ohio State, never giving a shot to be the quarterback, getting beat out by Dwayne Haskins, having to go find a place to play, going all the way down to Louisiana, doesn't know anybody, he's an Ohio boy down in the bayou, and then have this incredible year and turn around and get the Heisman. So my point is the boy's mentally tough. I ain't worried about that with him. And also that goes with when he comes back, I'm not really worried about him looking down at his knee. I think he's going to step in the passes and fling it.
Yeah. And he also started, with no preseason, no nothing in the NFL as well. And that right there takes kahunas, for him to play as well as he's played.
Right.
And, still do what he did in just his first year in the NFL with no practice, no PTAs, no preseason, no. So, go ahead, Mike. You look like
I was just going to say that I agree with both of you guys. I mean, I think when Burrow comes back, he's going to forget all about it. And for us fans, it's going to make us a little bit nervous because after what we've seen and everything. But to me, Burrow's a tough cookie, man. He's going to step up. I think he'll be himself again. So I'm not too worried about it.
All right. The natural. Anybody join the chat? Which chat you talking about? The one you commented on, or the video chat? The video chat. If that's what you're talking about, natural. Nobody's done it yet. So We're still
What are y'all afraid of?
We're still waiting for our first quote unquote live caller. So
yep, it'll be y'all be a live caller.
We're nice. We're not gonna just get on and we're just friends having a talk. It's no big deal. It's all good.
We're not gonna bite.
Yeah,
we'll throw you up.
Right.
We'll talk.
Exactly.
We'll go to the next guy. Come on, guys.
All right, Dennis. I think the Bengals going to do a little better next year, but if you guys think the Bengals will make the playoffs, you guys are drinking the Kool-Aid. What proof do you have? But I never said they're going to make the playoffs. I said I think they have a chance to make the playoffs.
Red Solo Cup.
Solo Cup. Yeah. You just click the link at the top of the page on the YouTube channel. You gotta go do what you are on YouTube, natural. You go to the top of the link, you click on there, and it'll bring you into the waiting room. And I can click on you and bring you right on the show.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's probably what everybody's trying to figure out.
Exactly how to do it, right? And if it doesn't work, let me know, because that's what it's supposed to do.
Okay. Very top, at the very top of the comments.
Yep. It's been.
But to answer Dennis's comment,
I'll get back to that. Sorry.
None of us said anything about the Bengals making the playoffs. It's about getting Burrow back, getting the whole team healthy.
We said make a playoff run, which doesn't necessarily mean,
Yeah.
The playoff run. Which I'm just saying, be in the hunt. Which I've said this before. If the Bengals can get to where the Browns are next year, which I think is very doable, then you're in the hunt. And the Browns they have a chance to beat the Steelers or Squealers or the Ratbirds. They have a chance. They haven't. I don't think they have this year. But
the thing about it is, any team with a decent quarterback, and we're going to get a decent quarterback. We've got to. We have no choice now. We all know this. A solid offensive line. We add pass rushers, which is going to help our defense tremendously. Even if we're in the talks, I mean, you got Ben Roethlisberger, with the Squealers. He's only got another year, 2, 3, maybe left.
Well, and the thing is, too, look at Lamar Jackson. To me, he's not. They've figured him out, and that's a lot. That's happened to a lot of. Like I always say this. Chris Carter said this a ton of times when he was on ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and all that stuff. He said, you see a lot of young running quarterbacks. You don't see a whole lot of old running quarterbacks because you keep it look like you just said about Cam Newton. He's not as fast or as mobile as he used to be. No. So not that they're a one-trick pony, but one thing I'll put, you guys remember Randall Cunningham. He was the very first one that I remember who was just unbelievably athletic, could run, could jump. He was awesome.
Through that spiral, beautiful.
But he could throw it too.
Oh, beautiful.
He became once he got injured, and he's even said he became more of a quarterback, more of a pocket passer, more of he got better. That's how he's able to stay in the league. And he was the quarterback. I think I'm right when Randy Moss's rookie year. I think he was the quarterback.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget the game
going downfield, baby, throwing deep.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. I mean, that's literally they figured out that this Randy Moss kid from Marshall,
whoever this guy is,
you could Randall Cunningham could go back, just throw it down the field to him as far as he could. It didn't matter if it was short or a little long or a little higher, and he would just outdo they did it like 6 times that game. It was unbelievable. I mean,
yeah. So I guess I like my point. Like you're saying, Roethlisberger probably is going to be here 2, maybe 3 years at the max.
Yep.
If Lamar doesn't figure it out and get better, the door is wide open. And Baker,
we can beat them.
Baker's Baker. I don't think Baker's ever going to be a great. I mean, I even think you could ask a Browns fan, would you rather have Joe Burrow or Baker Mayfield? I think almost 99% of them would say Joe Burrow. So
he reminds me of a Matthew Stafford type, a guy
Stafford's got a way bigger arm than Baker.
Well, he does.
He's got a cannon.
But he'll get you there, but he'll throw a dumb pick or but he's also been on a really bad team, and I'm not trying to compare him to. I'm just saying, as quarterback wise, Baker's not like he's not anything special.
I was shocked when they drafted him. I mean, number one, I thought it'd been Sam Darnold, which Sam Darnold hasn't been much better. But anyway, all right, Mike Rosen. will we have a new head coach at the end of the season, or will Zach Taylor stay for another year? Go ahead, Mikey. You want to take this?
Yeah. I believe he'll stay another year, and like you said, Jeff, the pandemic should be pretty much done and over with. So that will give Zach Taylor a shot to see what we have, and if he still does bad, then I think they'll let him go. But they'll give him another year.
Jeremy, what you got?
You know what? I've said it over and over, and I'll say it again. I want to see how the team responds the rest of the year, but I know there's only we got 4 games left now, something like that. So there's not much more to look at, I guess. I guess what you want to look forward to is, do you want to start fresh with a new coach and a new staff? And we can say Eric Bieniemy, but Bieniemy's got to want to come here. He's got to accept the offer we give him, which like they put on ESPN yesterday, it was all over. He's going to be one of the high. I mean, there's going to be a ton of teams coming after Bieniemy. So if he's not there, and you don't really have any of the big names, who do you want coaching the team next year that's going to be a lot better than this team and a lot less injuries, hopefully, and maybe Burrow back, if not a veteran quarterback to maybe win you some games? Who do you want to be your coach at that point?
We have our very first live caller here.
Who is
Natural? So let's bring him on here.
Natural, all right.
Let's see here how this works. The Natural, are you there? Yeah, I can hear you. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing today?
I've been watching the show for a while.
I'm sorry?
I've been watching the show for probably since April, maybe. April.
Okay. Cool.
Or
awesome.
Big fan of you guys.
Awesome. Well,
Sweet.
Thanks for joining the show.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on the Bengals moving forward with Joe Burrow and the head coach and all that stuff?
Well, if I'm being honest, I mean, we've given Taylor 2 years, and there really hasn't been anything he's shown us that's been extraordinary for a coach. I mean, if we compare him to Brian Flores had a similar, if not worse, roster in Miami, and he managed to win 5 games last year. Not to mention this year, he's competing for a playoff spot.
Right.
And if we're going to be holding Taylor to a standard, I think we have to be comparing. It might be a little unfair, but I mean, Flores dealt with a similar situation, gathering his coaching staff late too, because you remember he was with the Patriots.
Yep.
Then,
I can definitely tell you listened to my show, because those are all my excuses for Zach. So yeah, sorry, keep going.
And then not to mention the fact that give me a minute, I'm trying to think. He also dealt with the COVID situation, and he hasn't had as many injuries, but I mean, I don't know what to say about Taylor. Look, I'd say, you let it play out the rest of the season, but if he doesn't show you anything and he just flat out gets out coached the last 5 games, and they're tough games, but if we're going to win the division, we have to beat the Steelers. We have to beat the Ravens. We have to beat the Browns.
Yeah, we got to beat the Squealers. We got to beat the Ratbirds. And I'm to the point here, like, I could see them keeping him. I could see him going. It's not going to be any, at this point, I don't care. It won't bother me if they get rid of him. My question always is the next guy definitely going to be better? And I've said I would like Eric Bieniemy if they do get rid of Zach Taylor. I think he's the next, hot assistant coaching commodity. Also, he's a former Bengal. That guy over there, Jeremy, he that's one of his favorite players. So that's the guy. If they do get rid of Zach, will be the one that I want to get rid of. But if they change anything, they better change the defensive coordinator, and I think the offensive line coach is what I think.
Oh, staff, the whole staff. And I just want to say something to you, Nitro, real quick, man. You just set a serious high bar for all the other fellows that watch this show, because that was a very it was just, you can tell you're a football fan, you're a Bengal fan, and bringing up Flores and Miami, that's something I have personally not even thought about.
I never thought about it either, to be honest. You said that,
yeah,
makes a lot of sense.
And I got to tell you what, man, for the first time jumping on the show and actually throwing your voice out there, you set a high bar, man. I agree with just about everything you said. So that's it for me.
Exactly. All right, Natural, appreciate you. Thanks for joining the show. And just like that, anybody else wants to join the show, just do exactly what the Natural did there and jump on. And we can. I'm trying to. Nope, don't want to do that. There you go. And you can just do just like that. Join the show. You can have the camera on, have the camera off, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And, turn your cameras on if you guys want to, be live, show your face, man. That's great.
However you want to do it.
Yep.
All right. Now let's see. Dennis had one. I think did I bring this up? Okay. Are you guys ready to put it on paper that got the Bengals going to be a little better next year? I'll like to see it, to believe it with my own eyes. I hope you guys are right. It depends on what happens in the offseason. It depends on what they do. If they do what I want them to do, then I think there's a good chance. I'm not saying a great chance. There's a good chance to make the playoffs, and that is with a healthy Joe Burrow. Okay, I'm going to preface that. If Joe Burrow is not ready at the beginning of the year, or God forbid he doesn't play at all next year, then we don't really have a chance. But with Joe Burrow, and you get that offensive line fixed, and you put pressure on the quarterback, yes, there's a very good chance the Bengals can go to the playoffs. Because Joe Burrow is a game changer, flat game changer. So, when he's in the game, he can take them places they've never been before. Go ahead, Mike. You got something?
Yeah, you're right about that, Jeff. I mean, he is a big game changer. Look how many close games we've been in this year.
Right.
So when he plays with the team that we're going to have next year, God, we could be like 7-0 or 8-0, like through half the season. So, good chance, very good chance.
Right. And
well, me personally, I'm not going to even put Burrow in the equation for the first 4 games myself, maybe even half the season, just because, like I said, I always think the worst, hope the best. We'll see what happens. But to write down that the Bengals will be better than a 2-win team next year when we have another draft, we have free agency signings, we have 5 or 6 guys on the IR that are coming back. Yeah, I'll write my name down anytime, anywhere for that. Guaranteed.
You're going to do that with a backup quarterback, or is that with Joe Burrow starting?
Well, if Joe Burrow, for sure. Yeah. But even with Fitzpatrick, even with Cam Newton or all these other names that are flying around.
Right.
Our team's going to be better next year, period. I mean, we don't draft and do free agency to make it worse. Right. And that's just my opinion, Dennis. I'm not hating on you, brother. No. It's your opinion, my opinion. That's all. Exactly. It's all good, man.
And Dennis came back and says sometimes the hot assistant coaches don't really pan out as a head coach. Yeah, exactly. That's what my concern is, because that's all the Bengals are going to get. They're not going to get, a big name head coach. If anybody think Bill Cowher, we're not getting them. They're not coming here. They're not, because Mike Brown, I'm sorry, he's not going to pay him enough money to come here. Those guys aren't going to come here. It's going to be some hot assistant like Eric Bieniemy or, somebody, I keep saying him, some other ones that are out there, which is what Zach Taylor was, 2 years ago. So that's where I'm like, but the Natural made a couple great points. Flores went through the exact same thing as Zach, and he's got his team in playoff. They're trying to make the playoffs this year, and the Bengals aren't even close. Now they haven't had the injuries that the Bengals have had, but even before we had the injuries, beginning of the year, we had so many games we should have freaking won. We just didn't. So that's where it's kind of like. I've gone back and forth on Zach. Like, yes, I want to keep him, though. I've never really said he's got to go. I'm just not sold that the next guy is going to be that much better.
I may not be sold. The next guy may not be, much better either. Myself personally, but I'm kind of, with you. As in, if they let him go, it's not going to break my heart at all. I hate to say it all. I know you guys, are a little different because I don't know. It's just
it's not gonna break my heart if he goes. I mean, look, put this way, I'm a Bengals fan. If that's the best thing for the Bengals is to fire Zach, get somebody else, and we take off, I'm good with it. I don't care. Look, any of my teams. Like when I was a kid, I hated when my favorite players left the team or whatever. I want them to do whatever they could to keep him. Now I'm like, if it's better that they leave and we get somebody better, or it's, you know, and it improves the team, that's fine. I don't care. You know, I just want my teams to win. That's all I care about. Honestly, that's all I care about.
Right.
And I'm just concerned that what Zach has built here, which Zach has built something here, and the guys that are playing for him, you know, do we have to start all over again? And does Joe Burrow have to learn a new system again while he's rehabbing and all this stuff? Or do we just roll it into another year, get a different defense quarter? Because, I mean, we said this, I don't know how many times with Marvin Lewis before we went on the 5-year playoff run. We'd make the playoffs. We wouldn't the next year. You know, we go up and down and up and down and up and down. We'd have this, well, should Marvin go? Should Marvin stay? And he'd always stay, but they'd change the defense coordinator. They change offense coordinator. They do something, you know. And I can see that more of what the route that they'll probably do, just because that's what they've done in the past.
I put more blame.
Go ahead, Mike. My bad.
I put more blame on the offensive line, really, because if you put it in perspective of if we had a good offensive line this year, how many games do you think we would have won this year with Burrow? Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, and I agree with that. Our offensive line's horrible.
I agree, but I don't know if that's the reason we lost, because he had 300-yard games. He had a 400-yard game.
Yeah.
I mean, the offensive line wasn't the one out there playing zone while Old Man Rivers is throwing the ball all over the place. The offensive line wasn't the one, you know, not missing the catches in the end zone and stuff like that. So it's not yes, the offensive line is terrible. If we had a better one, would we have won? I don't know. You know, Joe Burrow wouldn't have got hurt probably, but
to me, he just got hit way too much. And if we're going to talk about the offensive line, somebody has a say. That's all I'm saying is somebody has a say on who starts on every NFL team, and that would be the head coach.
Right.
That's all.
Just want to throw it out there again, just because we have people jumping in and jumping off the show. New feature we have today. You can see it scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. There's camera. And I have a link pinned to the top of the YouTube channel. You guys can go there on the YouTube channel, not on any of the Facebook pages, on the Sports Strawberry Ash YouTube channel. You go there, you click on the link, and we can bring you in the show just like the Natural did. You'll be on camera, which I didn't know. I guess you turn the camera off. Obviously, you don't have to be on, but you can come in and join the show.
I got something to say real quick before I head back. I just wanted to say, hey, everybody have a safe holiday, and be safe out there, and hooday, and we will get Burrow back. So good luck to Burrow this year of rehabbing, and we'll hopefully see him next year. And hang in there, Bengal fans. Hooday.
Hooday.
That's right.
All right, Mikey. Take it easy, buddy. Mikey's
take care, Bob.
Gotta go to work.
See you guys.
So there he goes. So anyway, it's just a Jeremy and Jeff super fun show now.
Yep. So everybody that's on YouTube needs to jump on and talk to us. Come on, guys.
Actually, my wife just said that she put it on Facebook too. So is it on both of them? Is it on Bengals Nation and
just Bengals Nation?
Okay, it's just on Bengals Nation. So the link is pinned to the top of Bengals Nation as well. So you guys can get there from Bengals Nation, and you can get there from the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. And the Natural asks, are you guys going to do this every Friday? I'm thinking about doing it every Friday and every Monday, at least once a week. We're going to do this. I think. I wish I had this. I figured out how to do this when Joe Burrow was playing.
Yeah,
you know.
But we want to get you guys. You know, we're not doing phones right now, and this is literally better than a phone call. This is something a lot simpler. Don't cost nothing, and you can actually jump on and we can answer your questions. So
Bob K says, I hope TJ catches COVID. And then read my comments, then I'll join. All right, Bob, I read it. Jump on, brother.
Yep. Jump on, dude. Let's see what you got to say, man.
Okay, Jeremy. Brad M's got something for you. Check it out.
What's your thoughts about going after Saban? No, sir.
Nope.
To replace Zach. I know he will never leave Bama. Yeah. He won't leave Bama.
And he was coaching Miami. No.
He left Miami in the middle of the night. you can bet on one thing. If Bama had about 2 or 3 bad years in a row, he would have already left them.
Dude, he's got it so set up there.
LSU, Michigan State, you can go on. Yeah.
I mean, he had it set up at LSU, and I think once he went to the NFL, he's like, why did I do that?
Yep. So, left in the middle of the night, and they never saw him again.
We have a live caller. This is Jack. Let's see here. Jack, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Dude, I'm actually Bob K.
Oh, you're Bob K. All right.
Bob K. All right.
What's up, Bob K? Bob K is Jack.
Yeah.
All right, cool deal.
So what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Does it have to be Bengals, or can it be a little bit of Ravens? Because I'm a Ravens fan. I just had to say something.
Yeah, you can say something whatever you want. What's up,
buddy?
You guys weren't Penn State fans. Well, you weren't, obviously. What did you think of Trace McSorley? Did you guys watch that game? Do you think he was all right?
The Penn State, the quarterback?
Yeah, McSorley.
Yeah.
I think
for the Ravens. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, I did not watch any of the Ravens Steelers game. Unfortunately, I was crazy time of year for me. I was sleeping because I got to be working at midnight. But I think Jeremy watched all of it, didn't you?
I watched most of it. I didn't get by the time he got in there, I got to watch maybe 2 plays. So go ahead and tell us.
He was a good college quarterback. He was pretty good at Penn State.
He was decent. Yeah. How did he play, Jack?
I didn't see. I just watched the highlights. I just brought it up because I like Lamar, but damn, man. He's a nice kid and all, but he just can't throw. I mean, I can throw a ball. He just can't throw it accurately, which breaks my heart. Seems like a great kid.
Well, that's the weird. Like last year, he was doing that, and my thing with Lamar is, I think, and this has happened to the backup quarterback for the Ravens, the other one. He went to RG3. Yeah, he got injured a lot, and same thing happened with Kaepernick and Cam Newton. These guys get hurt, and it seems like they figure them out a little bit more. The NFL figures them out, and they're not as effective the second year as they are the first year, and I think that's where Lamar is at, because last year he was throwing dimes, dude. Last year he was, but this year it hasn't been the same. And I agree, he's a very nice kid, and I'm not saying it's over by no means, but it year to year things change. So,
man, I feel bad for Burrow, man. He could have won possibly Rookie of the Year.
He would have. Well. Sure, I don't know. Sherbert's in LA, and that
it'd have been close. But Burrow put up way too many numbers and rookie records, to not be Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. But I agree with you on Lamar Jackson, though. Something. It's the NFL. They eventually figure out somebody, and if you're a running quarterback, you better be able to pass as well, because if you don't have that, if you don't have both aspects of that game, you will get figured out, and it's kind of showing, I think, personally, a little bit in Lamar Jackson this year, especially.
And the thing is, dude, okay, Jack, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're the guest. Go for it, man. I talk too much. Go ahead.
I think the Steelers this year are the most overrated undefeated team ever.
By the way, we don't cuss. We don't cuss on this show. We call them by the real name, the Squealers.
Yeah.
He's messing with you, bro.
But to be fair, Pittsburgh fans, some aren't delusional. I've seen a few Steeler YouTubers say, "Hey, we're not being delusional. We understand us being undefeated doesn't mean we're good. We're still kind of like a trashy undefeated team."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as Colin, as we call him, Cowhead said perfectly, you may be undefeated, but it's hollow. You've beaten nobody, and you're not going to win the Super Bowl. Which, what does he know? I can't stand the guy. But anyway, I think he may be right about the Steelers. But then again, and also talking about the Steelers, as we were saying earlier, another 2 or 3 years, they're going to be right back in the Mason Rudolph, looking for a quarterback, and things are going to make a big turn in the AFC North. Can promise you that.
Keith said, if they fire Zach Taylor, who do you guys want for their head coach if they're available?
Eric Bieniemy. That's who I want.
Yeah, same here. If he's available and we can get him.
Keith says, I watched the Cowboys and Ravens and Titans get screwed by the officials. So I don't know if they got screwed in that game or not, if that's what he's meant. Beat the Steelers. Anyway, all right, Jack. Well, I appreciate you joining the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
You're always on the show talking, and I appreciate you. And
come back.
Come on back to the show later on. All right, see you.
We'll see you tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week, man. Yeah,
exactly. It's just like that. You can jump on. All right, let's see here, Keith. All right, let me get back to what he was saying here. Just want to pop on and say hi. Steelers are the worst 11-0 team I have ever seen. They played no one. Yep, we were just talking about that. Blah, blah, blah.
And the Titans.
Ravens were screwed Wednesday, down 12-7 with 28 seconds left. First half. No OTs, second and goal, and they run the ball, and the Steelers hold runner down, lock runs out, and no call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way that ended it. Yeah, you're right.
I didn't watch it. I was watching Bearcats, man.
and to be honest with you, I didn't want when he brought up Trace McSorley. I mean, I just Penn State popped in my head. I'm a Buckeye.
I knew him from Penn State, and I'm like, did he play for the Ravens? That's where I got confused. I'm like, oh, play okay. Then I understood what he's saying. Yeah, Trace McSorley, dude, his freshman year, he was supposed to be a can't miss prospect or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, coming in to And he didn't let down. He just he just wasn't Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields or these other guys. He just didn't really turn into that, but he was still pretty solid, man.
Yeah. And then the natural Lamar needs a better OC, which is funny because last year everybody's raving about the offense coordinator and how he honed the offense to what Lamar did, well. And this year, that's the thing. That's where I go back to Zach Taylor. Year to year, things change, man. Just because he's having bad, but four wins in 2 years, it's hard to say, that we should keep this guy. It's hard. It's gonna be hard. And even like we're talking about the Bengals game last year against Miami, where it was a dogfight and they almost won. They were playing hard, even for Zach then. So it goes back to, do they fire Zach? Do they don't? I don't know, to be honest. I want them at least to get a new D coordinator and at least try that if you're going to do anything.
Right on. Yeah.
Right. Bob K, or Jack as we know him now. Great
there we go.
Contact as usual. Also, my stuttering problem didn't. Oh, you did fine, Bob. Don't worry.
Hey, bro.
Jack, you're fine.
Great call, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's nervous. Trust me, the first time I did this, I was nervous as crap.
And let me tell you something. For just the first, not anybody even knowing about this, and this not even being a busy day, a busy show day. For the first two callers, you guys have nailed it. You guys have done a hell of a job. Great.
I'll probably do this again Monday. And we'll probably do it Monday and Fridays. I didn't put it out there, and let everybody know because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. So I figured when the show goes on, I talk about it and we go from there. But speaking of next week's shows, Tuesday for my Bearcat fans on Bearcat Country, you guys remember the gunslinger, Lizelle Durden. I got a hold of him last night, and he is going to join me live on the show. Now it'll just be comments. You guys can comment on the show and ask the questions there. No video chat on that one. But join us there live at 5:30 on Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll be discussing a Bearcat win in the Crosstown shootout. So just want to plug my own show for that for Tuesday. All right, the natural thoughts on Matt Rule is doing in the Carolina Panthers. Actually, I think he's done pretty well. I'm not a big college coach to NFL because most of the time, he's Panthers. I know you meant the Panthers. Most of the time, the college coaches don't do that good. I mean, from Steve Spurrier to Saban to on and on and on. But Matt Rule for the first
Taylor.
Year, he was a Bearcat. Shut up. But for the first time, I think he said Dallas. Oh, we get to see a face with the biggest Ohio State fan on the channel.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, Dallas? What's going on, little bro?
I am outnumbered now by Ohio State fans. I don't know if I like this or not. Where's Landon?
That's right.
To jump on and back me up here.
What you got, man? What you got?
Let's see. The sound is horrible.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
No, I cannot hear you.
Help I do sign language?
Sign language. Like,
Try. You try to
Okay,
jump off and jump back on.
I can hear you now.
Okay, there you
oh,
go.
you can? Okay.
Cool.
Can you hear me?
Give us what you got.
Yes, we can hear you, Dallas, loud and clear, brother.
All right. Yeah, I think we should keep Zach Taylor for another year.
Yep.
Because honestly, with what has gone on with coronavirus,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's really done anything with the team. I mean, with all the issues going on with everything, honestly.
Right, yeah. That's kind of what I said. But then the natural came on, and he made some really good points. I can't argue with that. Oh geez, Florio at down in Miami, he went through the same thing. He was in the Super Bowl, came in late this first year. You know, they did okay. He's had COVID. He's got a rookie quarterback, and they're in a playoff hunt. But the only thing that is different is they have not had near the injuries that the Bengals have had. So I can't argue with what the natural said. That made perfect sense. but
Zach also went from going from a Super Bowl team and going straight to a Bengals organization who had literally nobody.
Right.
Organized team
mm-hmm.
with a very bad organization. Like our organization was a very
it was a shambles. Yeah, it was in a bad place. Way worse than I think when Marvin took over.
Yeah, it was a very bad off organization. So and he went there and yeah. So the morale now is honestly very good now.
So you feel better with Zach Taylor as the head coach of Cincinnati next year with possibly a Cam Newton Fitzpatrick type of quarterback than you would any other free agent coach, let's say, that may be out there? Or do you have a coach in your head that you would like to see come to Cincinnati, but you just know it's probably not going to happen?
I mean, I could see maybe the guy from Kansas City. What was his name?
Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Before your time.
Yeah, yeah. You weren't alive
I
then.
Can see him, but honestly, I would give Zach another year.
Yeah.
If he wins 2 games next year.
Oh yeah. That he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more year at the most. That's it for me. I mean, I'm okay with that, but I'm okay with getting rid of him at this point. Yeah. But I just my fear is, they got to change something here. I'll go with what Keith was saying here. He said, "Hey Dallas, what if?" Oh, daggone it, wrong one. I click on one and then they comment again. Dallas, if Taylor stays, his buddies Armadillo and Turner, DC and O-line coach must go, and that's what I think. If Zach stays, those two need to go because there's been so many times that. My opinion, Armadillo has lost us the games. He lost us the game in Indy. I think he lost us the game. I think in with the Chargers, just playing zone and just backing off when we can't get pressure on the quarterback. I mean, if we get pressure on the quarterback, play zone. But if you're not doing that and you're gonna back off 5 yards, it's not doing any good. It's gonna be able to go back and pick it apart.
So you call Marvin defense.
Yeah, it drove me.
Right.
Oh, Marvin.
He don't play to win,
right?
And
that's
we play not to lose, and that's not the way a winning formula happens. You play to win the game.
Win the game.
Exactly. So, but my end on that is, if we do give Taylor the third year, if we have only won 2 games by halfway through the season next year, I don't care if he was gone and they brought in Simmons to come coach the rest of the year. So that's where I'm at with it. I just would hate to see a healthy Burrow come back to a 2-5 team, say, if he's out almost half the year.
Yeah.
And Taylor still be the coach. And here we are. We're in we're going to. When we could bring one in now and go ahead and get started on the new playbook while he is rehabbing.
Right. Natural says 0-8 in the division is hard to sell to the fans. So, I mean, I really do think that he's going to have a hard time. They're going to have a hard time keeping him. And then Keith says, "Hey Dallas, what if Taylor was replaced by Urban Meyer? Urban Meyer needs to not coach again.
No, Urban Meyer has way too many health issues.
Yes,
he would literally have a stroke on the field."
Well said. Well said. You know, he played the health card in Florida. He come to Ohio State, said he was going to stay with us until the very end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard he had just heart issues.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never heard tumor, but yeah. So he comes to Ohio State, supposedly healthy again, and promises to stay until the end of the world, till he's retired and Lou Holtz's age. And he stays 4 years, 5 years, and he's gone. So I don't want Urban Meyer. I've heard reports that he may actually help coach the Buckeyes in Michigan if Day is still under quarantine. I don't even want to see him do that. I've had enough Urban Meyer and his play calling and everything else too that goes along with it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Dallas. Well, thanks for joining the show, brother.
Yeah.
I know you're a normal contributor, so I guess I'll try to do this on Monday and Friday shows, I think, at least once a week. So anyway, take it easy, brother, and we'll talk to you later.
See you next week, bud.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Brad M. You got let's trade Zach and John Ross to the Vikings for Zimmer. A lot of people want Zim back. And look, I'll put it to you this way. I'll put it to you this way. If Zimmer gets fired, I would fire Zach immediately and go get Zim. Immediately. I would do that in a heartbeat if he's available, but he's not available yet. Yeah. So we gotta wait.
The video I put up on Bengals Nation a couple weeks ago, and I put over on our little thing that we do together, says everything about Mike Zimmer. If you're weak-minded, if you're a mama's boy, you don't want to come to Cincinnati with Mike Zimmer because he'll rip that out of you so quick you won't know what happened.
Remember how the defense played? Our defense was tough as nails. They are bad SOBs, Yeah, I love that about that. Like I said,
savage.
If Zim gets fired, go get him. Go fire Zach. Go get Zim.
Exactly.
Naturals got another comment here. Thoughts on the report from SI saying Taylor could likely be the fall guy at the end of the season. Look, SI is the one who reported that the locker room is falling apart, which I don't believe that as far as the way they're playing, but I do believe that there's a very good chance that Zach could be gone. I mean, like I said, he's got 2 wins. Now, if he goes and wins the last 4, he's got a shot at keeping him. I don't want the Bengals to win, but I want to keep that 3rd pick. I want that 3rd pick. I'd like to at least get the 2nd pick. That'd be awesome. But not that I'm rooting for him to lose. That's it's a fine line I'm walking. But
how nice would it be to get that kid out of Oregon? If I'd like to see more tape on him personally.
Yeah, like I said, I wish
this would have been his 2nd year, I think.
He's only 20.
Starting.
Yeah, he's only 20, but he's big. Dude.
I think this
would move.
So, but he's young. He's really young. Not a lot of tape, but you know what? I'd love to see him, Wyatt Davis out of Ohio State, who I've watched for multiple years. You've watched, yes.
Yep. Another beast.
Is pretty much a gimme. Pass rushers, defense, draft, or free agency.
Right.
And then all the guys off IR come back, and we're a completely different team. That's what I was telling Dennis earlier. When I put my name saying that we're going to be better next year, with or without Burrow, I would put my name on it. Yes, I would say we're going to win more than 2 games next year for sure.
Yeah. Now, Natural says like Zim, but he doesn't like passing. Well, yes, I agree with you. But if you have Joe Burrow, I think he's going to pass. But the thing is, Natural, people complain that Zach passes too much. So it might be okay, put this way. You got to get a good OC with Zim. That's where I think you got to get a really good offense coordinator with him. But and let him call the plays, not Zim. Zim shouldn't call the plays. Nope. Zim could just be the head coach and stuff. But yeah, dude, he doesn't pass. But the thing is, though, we got Joe Mixon and we got a running game. it wouldn't be that bad if you don't pass as much and we get that going, and Joe can just really pick you apart when he does pass. So I understand what you're saying that Zim doesn't pass, but you're comparing, if you're comparing quarterback to quarterback, I'll take Joe Burrow over Cousins all day long.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So that might be another reason why he doesn't pass.
Yeah, and you could bet money if Zim did make it here, either him or Bieniemy, the same style, the LSU style, the style we were playing this year when he was setting records, throwing 300, almost 400 yards, touchdowns taken away. He had more touchdowns taken away than he actually got this year. But you better bet your butt, whoever the coach is.
I just had a thought. I just imagine this, okay? Just imagine the hype that this could bring. Just imagine, Joe Burrow is coming back. His knee's healthy. He's coming back. The Bengals got their new old coach that everybody loves, and Mike Zimmer. He's going to lead the Bengals. They got a new offensive line. They got a new defensive line. They're going to lead them into the playoffs. Who day? It's a new day, dude. I could totally see that happening. I mean, I don't think Mike Brown will make a trade. They've made trades before for coaches. I don't think he'll do that because Minnesota won our number one pick, and that ain't happening. But I could, like I said, I always say Bieniemy because he's the guy that's available. Mike is not available yet. But if Zimmer ever becomes available, go get him. Go get him.
Because, and one of the reasons, that I wouldn't mind a change at coach, even though he's only had 2 years, and I know COVID's hit this year. But, we have got to get butts in the seats at our stadium. We have got to sell more merchandise.
Let us go to the games next year.
That's true. But, we've got to have excited Bengal fans, because angry Bengal fans are not a good thing. Even on the Bengals Nation, just back and forth at each other for no reason. It's a game, but we've got to have some enthusiastic fans because, like we've said, 2026, that seems like a long time away. But let me tell you something. I feel like I was 18 yesterday. So
do I.
Yeah,
my body tells me I'm not.
And now, yeah, exactly. Now your body and your back, everything tells you, nope, you're an old man. Okay, well, we cannot lose our Bengals, and that's where I'm at with it. We got to get people to the stadium excited again.
Right. The natural says wide receivers could be a sneaky need this year. Well, the wide receivers. Well, you don't need. Say AJ's gone, which I think AJ will be gone. You still got 3 of them, right? No, you got Higgins and Boyd, and then you got Tate, Alton Tate. So those would be your 3. I mean, you can get a 4th, 5th wide receiver in free agency. And the thing is, wide receivers, I've said before, Joe Burrow makes wide receivers better. So he could take an average wide receiver and he could become a really good wide receiver here because Joe Burrow's throwing him the ball. So I don't really know if you waste a draft pick on him. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't. Well, my thing is I don't even know if Alton Tate will be back next year, to be honest with you, just from some of the tweets that he's put out. Well,
that was the beginning of the year. He hasn't done that since then.
Not really, but now he's on IR, so we don't really know the insides and outs. So if we did, what I was talking, I think, with Mike about is, maybe towards the end of the draft, once we've got everybody pretty much solidified, I don't really see a reason why not to take a 5th or a 6th maybe pick. If there's a wide receiver that's out there that has been looked over, and people, they're trying to just wait and get a better deal for him. Right. If he's there, take him. Right. Or like you said, a free agent, and and we'll be okay. We're going to be all right at wide receiver. We're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that.
Don't worry about it, brother.
That's one I'm not worried about. I want the offensive defensive line. I want that fixed more than anything. Now we've been on for an hour now. Just to let everybody know if you jumped on here now, it's a new thing we're doing today. You see down scrolling at the bottom of the screen, join our live chat. I pinned it to the top of the YouTube page, Sports with Strawberry Ice, and it's on Bengals Nation. Just click on that link and we'll bring you in and we can have a chat just like me and Jeremy are doing. So it's a new thing. I didn't really advertise for it. I wasn't sure how it was going to work. So, okay.
Right on the top of the comments, fellas.
All right. Keith, another good pick for coach, that ex-Bengal, Leslie Frazier. Yeah. He has produced a good defensive practice everywhere he has coached. Wasn't he a head coach somewhere and it didn't work out that good?
The Vikings, I think, wasn't it?
Was it?
Or
yeah.
Or maybe he came as a defensive coordinator.
Or I think he was Denver. I think, and it was terrible.
Maybe one of y'all can jump on and help us out.
I think he's already been a head coach, and it didn't go very good at all. And I think it was like really short. He only got a shot at it for a year or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when he left Cincinnati, he left because of a head coaching job.
Well, no,
Marvin
fired him. Marvin fired him. He got rid of him.
Oh, so that's right. Yeah, he let him go. That's right. But I'm pretty sure he did get I'm pretty sure you're right. He did coach somewhere.
I think he's a head coach. I want to
maybe
say Denver.
I
think he was the coach before Fangio got there. And like I said, it didn't go very good. So I don't know about that one. But
yeah. Now, defensive coordinator.
If you fire Zach, my top choices is Zim. If he's fired, if you can get him, go get Mike Zimmer, and then Bieniemy. Those are the two that I like. I mean, I really, I love Zim. I wanted him to be. When Marvin was here, what they should have done, and from what I've heard that they tried to do with who's the coach that went to the Browns? He was our offense coordinator.
Jay Gruden went to Washington.
No, not Gruden.
How far back are we going here?
He was just the coach. He was our offense coordinator for a year, and then he went to the Browns. They drafted Baker Mayfield, and then
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson, thank you.
Okay,
what I've heard is Marvin and Hugh went to Mike Brown and said, "Hey, I want to be a coach for 1 year, and then Hugh take over." Which I wish they had done that with Zimmer. That was because Marvin had been here over 10 years. When you're a coach in one place for that long, it's time to move on.
Too much loyalty.
Yeah, and that's where I wanted them to do it with Zim, but Zim didn't want to wait around, which I don't blame him. He went to the Vikings. Now here, people say it was the Viking hero.
He could be here right now.
Vikings. I guess Leslie Frazier was the Vikings.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I could be wrong though. We could all be wrong. I don't know, but
Leslie
Frazier was the Vikings.
Leslie Frazier was the Vikings coach, and that's Hugh Jackson, who we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. So
thanks,
anyway.
Dallas. Yeah,
Dallas, you're always there for us, buddy. I'm actually surprised when he was on the show, he didn't even bring up the Buckeyes. Not one time.
Oh, I know, right?
Didn't talk crap to me about the Bearcats or anything. I was
first call. He'll get there.
I'm sure.
Once them nerves start wearing down, all these guys start calling in and talking to us.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Exactly. It'll be on. It'll be time to put the gloves on.
Yeah, I'm actually. One thing I want to ask people that are watching and Bearcat fans mostly. We did a watch party Wednesday for the Bearcats game against Lipscomb, it was okay. We didn't have a lot of people, but Crosstown Shootout is Sunday. Thinking about doing a watch party then. It's kind of like this. I'll have the game on a screen and we all talk. I don't know if anybody would be interested in doing it. I don't even know if I want to do it, but it's just a thought. And Dallas has got a response here. He's like, he was being respectful. Yes, you should respect your elders there, young man. Yes, very good.
We got you, bro. You're good.
All right. Now this will be an interesting one. Yeah, I actually forgot about this. The announcer says, what about Joe Brady from the Panthers? Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator at LSU. You're talking about, I assume you mean as head coach is what I'm assuming you're talking about.
I was going to say, because if not, we'd take him as an OC in a second.
I wanted them to get him as the OC this year. I wanted, but then he went to the Panthers. See, the only thing I don't know about, he's really young as his coaching career. I'm not sure if he's ready enough to be a head coach, because to me that you might be doing the same thing you have with Zach now, being a really young head coach and stuff. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's a something definitely to think about. Natural, definitely for sure.
Yeah, it's something to think about. But I'd be a little weary on that. If he would, ever want to just get out of Carolina and come to Cincinnati and be with maybe somebody that he's coached with before, or be with a player that he's won a national championship with.
Right.
Come and be the offensive coordinator, man. Come, bring your whole LSU playbook.
How about you get Zim as the head coach and you get Brady as the OC?
Oh, perfect.
Championships.
Yep. I mean,
they didn't do it before, so I don't know if they do it now.
Yeah.
We'll
see.
All right, Keith. The Bengals' problem is we are the anti-Browns. They fire coach too soon. We hang on to them too long. Yeah. Mike Brown is one thing I will give Mike Brown. He is a very loyal man.
If I was if I was going back into straight action, if it was wartime and, I'd take him 50, 60 years ago in a heartbeat. I mean, as in loyalty and just respect for people. I mean, he has almost too much. And like you said, we could have Zimmer as a coach. He could be our coach now. I mean, literally,
should have been.
It would have been very simple to let Marvin go and promote.
I always thought about let Marvin move up to be like the GM.
He was a very good talent.
Yes, he could pick talent. He just couldn't always put it all together to win. All right, the Natural said, I thought Ron Rivera would have been a good choice last year. As the head coach. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just not. I like Ron Rivera. I'm not a big fan of his. I mean, he had that Super Bowl year where Cam played unbelievable, but
about the only year
that was Cam. Really it. So that's where I don't know. It could have been a good choice, but either way, I heard Dallas. He's got to throw it out there. Go Buckeyes.
Go Buckeyes. There we go, Dallas. There you go. You always got to make sure you throw that out there, man. We're Ohio guys, man. Bearcats, Buckeyes.
Exactly.
We want them all to win. We want every single one, except when we play in basketball, one of the two of us have to win. And
right. But if we could do some college football talk, dude, the Bearcats. I posted it out there. Actually, you shared it with me. Posted out there in Bearcat country. They got 0.0 chance of getting into playoffs. It's not going to happen. I mean, people ask me, "What do you think about the, being at number 7?" I'm like, it's cool. It's great. I like it. I wish we were at 5, where I thought we should have been.
One team loses,
right?
You're in.
Yeah. I mean, we got to have 3 teams. 3 teams got to lose for the Bearcats to get in.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. And even if it does happen, they might jump somebody else over us because we're in the ACC. AAC, I'll get it right. I wish you're in the ACC. So,
and I'll tell you this too about the Buckeye game coming up. This ain't no gimme game. I mean,
no, they just beat Northwestern.
Michigan State tomorrow. I mean,
Michigan State just beat Northwestern.
Oh yeah, That's what I
meant. Yeah, they're good.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. I didn't get that. But yeah, I mean, this ain't something we can just slide by. And there's no Ryan Day. We're going with Larry Johnson, defensive line coordinator. We've got a ton of freshmen and sophomore playing. We lost 13 starters last year. So, if it was fair and balanced, I believe y'all should be at 5. And you know what? If the Buckeyes went out and laid an egg, you deserve it. Or if Alabama goes out late, you deserve it. They should be back behind you. But the committee will never allow it. They want the big conference money, and that's what it's all about.
Exactly. There's Dallas. Jeremy, we beat the Bearcats last year, though. LOL, go Buckeyes. In basketball, too, LOL. We were looking good this year. Yeah, you guys beat us in both, which pissed me off.
Our basketball team looked really, really good.
Yeah.
They did.
Mine didn't look well. Bearcats didn't look like it. Well, that's why I thought, man, Sunday we got Crosstown shootout. And a little bit worried. All right, Keith, exactly. Ice. When Jackson was here, I said kick Marvin up to GM, name Hugh head coach. Marvin wasn't great strategy, but could damn sure judge talent. Yeah, exactly. That's Wow, that was I said that. I mean, I said that with when Gruden was here, Zim was here. I said, make one of them to the head coach. I really wanted Zim and kick Marvin up there. There was no exit plan for Marvin. It was just coach. Okay, let's fire him. As long as he's been here, there should have been something,
Yeah. And then again, if we'd have brought Hugh Jackson up, Lord knows what he could have been another Brown situation.
If you look at it probably wasn't a good choice. I mean, he's had 2 head coaching jobs, Hugh Jackson with the Raiders and then the Browns, both of them. But Zim's been pretty consistent. They've been in the playoffs. That's why I ever keep saying Zimmer. I don't know if he's going to get fired. So he's got to get fired first for that to happen.
I mean, we're hoping for a coach not to make the playoffs so he can come here and take us to the playoffs. Right. But we are a better – I completely believe next year we will be a better team than the Vikings are right now. And I think we're probably a better team right now as we stand with all the injuries.
They just lost Dalvin Cook too, their running back.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right, Dallas, Michigan State can be the worst team in the league and can still beat us. Yep, Jeff, that's why your post about Cincinnati having a tougher schedule is silly considering the Big Ten is the Big Ten. Yeah, which I just posted it because that's what I didn't write it. But yeah, it's my post. But
it's like Indiana,
yeah.
Every year.
My thing is, and I've said this before, if the Bearcats were in the ACC and they went undefeated, if they were in the Big Ten and they went undefeated, not saying they could, just saying if that happened, the reason we're not in there is because we are in the American. So,
yep. That's right. That's right.
Hey, Crown, he's here. Where you been at, Crown?
Oh, there you are, bro.
What's up?
Why don't you jump on, Crown? Have you heard the news, bro?
Have you heard the news?
Have you heard the news?
Tell Crown about the news. Go ahead.
The good news, Crown. All you got to do, brother, is go to the comments, go to the very top. There's a link there. You click on that link. It puts you in a little waiting studio. We bring you live on the show with Jeff, Strawberry Ice, and myself,
Jeremy D,
and let you babble on about whatever you want to babble on about.
Right. And
then we'll come back at you swinging, or I may come to your defense and he may swing at you. You never know with us. But now you can come on live. Crazy. So go to the top, hit the link. Come on, Crown. What's up?
On Bengals Nation. All right, Dennis. Hey, Strawberry Ice. What if Orgeron gets fired from LSU? The Bengals can hire him as head coach. One, he ain't getting fired from LSU because he just won the national championship. And again, I'm not big on hiring college coaches to be NFL coaches. I'm just not. The majority of them don't work out. So I would be against that, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd have to.
All right, Keith, the BCS needs to expand to 8 or more teams. It's unfair for teams to go undefeated and not at least get a shot at the national title. Yep. I think it should be 6. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And it seems to happen every year. I agree with the Keith, but I'm like 6. And I've said this a lot on this show. Why didn't they do that this year? At least try it. This year would have been the year to do it. And yes, people are like, you're just saying that because it would have benefited the Bearcats. Yeah, it would have benefited the Bearcats, but baseball didn't expand the playoffs. They're talking about expanding the playoffs in the NFL because of all this stuff. Hockey, NBA, all of them had it. Why didn't college football do that?
Makes no sense. There should be at least. And first off, what a great time, and this is not a great time. This year's been crazy, and it's not anybody's fault. Anybody's fault in America.
Just jump on. Look, Dallas did it. See, Dallas is on there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, jump on, dude. Hit the link. But anyway, it's not anybody's fault. What happened?
So, sorry, dude.
I was just saying it's not anybody's fault, about what happened with COVID this year and that kind of thing. But it is what it is. So we're going. I actually forgot what the question was because I think
I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think Crown is jumping on. So
we're trying to get Crown on. He said yes.
All right.
Yes, Crown. Dallas was on. So jump on.
Yeah,
bro.
Dallas was on, man. He was on camera on and all. He showed his face.
Yeah.
He put his name on it.
We had Bob K jump on, who's actual name is Jack.
Yeah,
so we had him.
He threw.
The natural was on.
Yep, he threw his call up there.
Some of our normal callers here. All right, the natural rule was the what is that expectation cause? He coached in the league and can coach any position. Oh, exception. Sorry, exception to the rule. Yeah, because he was an NFL coach before. Yes, I agree with you.
Right on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ed Ogeron. I'm not. I like Edo, but I don't. He's a lovable. He got that talk down there. You know, we're down there from Louisiana. You know,
why does everything go across the field like you're man below that young man? We love you anyway. And Joe Burrow,
no tires. But yeah, I can't see him. I can't see that working in the NFL. I just can't. It's too rah-rah, and these guys are, I just can't see. I can't see that happening. But but like I said, get back to. I've said Zim. That's who I'd like to see. It would be cool, or be enemy.
And if anybody gets a chance to go check out the clip, and actually you can go to YouTube and put in Mike Zimmer yelling at the defense or something like that. They'll beep it out on YouTube. But if you watch the clip I put on Bengals Nation, it's hilarious just to hear him. And every grown man from 22-year-old rookie to a 34-year-old vet's eyes were just this big. I mean, like, what? They knew they better be watching and listening to Mike Zimmer.
right, exactly. So yeah. Well, let's see. I don't know if anybody's going to jump on or not. It's about
Crown. You're gonna have to wait till next week, then, bro.
Yeah, I'll probably do this again Friday. Yeah, I think it's worked out well. But let's get to the Facebook groups here. I was trying to read the comments, and they're kind of mostly just talking to each other. So I invite you guys to join the Facebook groups that we help run. They are Bengals Nation, Bearcats Country, Reds Country, and Cyclones Country. And I'll be ripping the sound off of this and putting it on the podcast later on tonight. Make sure you go on there, like, rate, and review. Give me a 5-star review. I'm on BeanPod, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts, you can check us out there. YouTubers, you're doing awesome. We're at 708. I was at like 712 at the beginning of the week. Don't dropped off. It goes up, goes down. Try to keep it rolling. Try to get to 800 as fast as we can. Join me on all my social media platforms under Sports with Strawberry Ice, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that. Tuesday, just want to get it out there. Bearcat fans, Lizelle Durden will be on the show with me live. We'll be talking, hopefully, a Bearcat win the Crosstown shootout, talking just his career in the NBA, his career at the Bearcats. One of my favorite Bearcat moments, him in Wyoming getting fouled, going to the 3-point line, or excuse me, the foul line, knocking 1, knocking 2, knocking 3, going, shh, over. Game was over. Loved it. So, all right, hold on. Arthur, who is this? This is a new person.
I was about to mention that. Yeah, I think it's somebody new. Welcome.
What's up, brother? Mikey fan here. Hey, what's up? I think we're very lucky to have Zim. Yes, you are very lucky to have Zim. I would love to have him as our coach. I think Zim is a great guy. And the biggest thing, I don't know if you remember this, Jerry. Remember when Zim was our DC and his wife passed away during the season, and how that brought everybody together? And that was also during the 5-year playoff run. All that was going on, and they still made it to the playoffs. And that you see the love that his players had for him, and that's hard. It's hard to get. I mean, some of these guys don't listen. You gotta earn respect.
Yeah, they make their money and they don't. But man,
Zim's on it. So no offense, I hope the Vikings fire him.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Hire him. That would be awesome. But yeah, we'll see. But either way, I root for the Vikings because of Zim. I mean, I'm a Bengals fan through and through, but I always kind of have a place in my heart for Vikings and Zim.
If you've got a coach that is in your face, cussing you out, I mean, calling you probably every word in the book, and then 10 minutes later, you coming up hugging him and he's telling you, what you should do or what do better next time, tapping you on the butt, and you go in and you go in the locker room smiling. That's the type of coach you want, and that's Zim to me.
Jaha Zimmer thinks the rest of the season. Wait, Zimmer thanks the rest of the season and comes back to Cincinnati. Oh, tanks! I think it was
tanks the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. But Zim ain't tanking nothing.
I don't think he's tanking, but
he wants to win, dude.
Yeah,
there ain't no NFL coach player tanks. They don't. They are not. If you made it to that level, you don't tank. You play. You might be pissed off and everything, but you don't tank.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have the talent. Really hasn't gotten there yet. Still, and he's been there. What? How many years, Jeff? I don't even.
Well, I think 5. Actually, Arthur, if you're still on it, you can tell us.
So 5? Wow.
Well, because he left when Marvin was still the coach here, and that wasn't the last year that Marvin. I think it was like the second to last year before Marvin.
So we're looking
because that was kind of the downfall of Marvin. I think once Zimmer left, the defense went. It was terrible, and we had the historically bad season on our defense. Remember that was the year before Marvin got fired or left or whatever. Right. So that year, Zim wasn't the DC. They fired the DC. I don't remember who it was. He was awful.
Paul or Paul something. I think it was Paul. Wasn't it? I can't.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Paul
but he was, they fired him. Marvin took over.
Something juniors. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, he was.
Yeah, Keith says he left after 2015, so it's been even longer.
So after 15,
2016 was
16, 17, 5 years. Yeah, you're on. So I would have wished he would have built.
Point strawberry ice man in the house.
Bing bing. Where's the quarters? I kind of would have hoped as a head coach maybe he would have built up a little more talent on the offense because they do have a pretty good defense over there in Minnesota.
Yep.
But if we get that offensive coordinator, get our players, Paul Gunther.
Yes, I forgot. Yes. Yep.
Bang.
Paul Gunther. Then he
way
left.
to go, guys.
Yeah. Then he left, and he's in LA or Vegas.
Yeah. Well, he needs to be in an empty refrigerator box. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. He just was not very good with us. But
no, he was good. Paul Gunther was good.
As our defensive coordinator, you thought
we had a good defense with him. Yeah, he was still good. What
year are we?
We're talking
You're talking his whole career. You thought he was
Paul Gunther? Yeah, he's still DC in Oakland or Vegas.
Who am I thinking of? I'm not thinking of Paul Gunther.
The guy who I don't remember. No, you're not thinking the guy. I don't remember the guy's name. Whoever was there, Marvin's second to last year after Gunther left.
That's who. That's the guy. I thought that was Paul Gunther.
No, Paul Gunther. Zim left, went to Minnesota. Gunther was his assistant defensive coordinator, and then Gunther took over. And then Gunther left and went to when Gruden.
He left. That's right. Yeah. When I was Gruden.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the guy we got sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Yep, that was a Bengal brain fart right there. My bad. But anyway.
There was a guy. No, it wasn't. No, it was Zimmer. It was Gunther, Zim, then Gunther. It was because Gunther was the assistant coach.
And then there was 1 year. That's what I can't.
Well, when Gunther left, that's when whoever that guy was, we had a historically bad year. I mean, historically, like it's in the record books of how many yards we gave up. He was the DC.
Man, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry. We should. I should know that.
I can't remember his name. I can't
either. It's embarrassing.
I'm trying to look at the chat here, see if anybody has said the guy's name. But Zimmer started. All right, now you're saying Zimmer started in 2014.
So we're talking 6 years. So see, to say even if it's 15,
I don't remember.
14 or 15, I wish he would have built up some more talent on offense after this long. I would have wished they would have been a little better, but you know what? I think when he would come, if he come to Cincinnati, the talent's here. So
yeah,
I don't see him having a problem.
Keith says in 5 years, and how many quarterbacks has he gone through in Minnesota? Well, dude, the thing is, if you're a head coach and you don't have that quarterback, it's hard to win. It's really hard to win.
I mean, whoever comes has the franchise quarterback,
right? And that's the thing. I think people are talking about, is Houston Texans a better job than the Bengals? I argue it's not, because Houston, one, I think Joe Burrow is better than Watson, and Houston, it doesn't have any draft picks. They don't have first or second round pick this year, and they're over the salary cap. So
that's why we got Reed. That's one reason we got Reader.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they can't afford the players they got now.
Right. They got TJ Watt, who's a great player, but they're paying him a hell of a lot of money for a defense coordinator or defensive player. So that's where, I think is that his Terry Austin? Was that his name?
Terrell Austin. That's who I'm thinking of.
I can't even remember.
Good job, man, Dallas, dude. You're on it, man.
You're honest, Dallas.
That's him. Yep. Yeah, that's him. He came in for 1 year. We were miserable.
He didn't make it the whole year, but Marvin fired him. He had to fire him.
Yeah, and then he took over for it. Yeah. Yep. That's him. That's it.
I don't remember who was Marvin's. Maybe was that Marvin's last year. Maybe that was Marvin's last year.
I believe it was. It was either his last year or the year before he got removed. But it was one of the two.
Yeah, he was not a very good DC, and that was
also he was horrible.
When the Bengals started losing guys. We had the mass exodus of Whitworth and
Zeitler, Kevin Zeitler
left.
There's even more. I saw one the other day.
Man left, and then Perfect left, and our defense, we lost our identity, and all we were left was Gino and Carlos, which are good, or they were good.
Yeah. But
we had Michael Johnson, who was at the end of his career,
Yeah, Perfect was my boy, but he ended up losing his mind. I mean, even when he got a second chance out with the Raiders, I mean,
they suspended him for the whole year, and I don't think he's been back this year.
No, I don't. I think he's probably done. I hate to say it because I love the guy and I love his intensity, but I mean, we lost him and we lost all of our offensive linemen, and I even saw another one the other day. I can't remember his name for the life of me. Maybe it was Zeitler playing for somebody, but I was thinking it was somebody else. And I'm thinking, dang, if we still had him, and then Jonah Williams and
Zeitler was playing for the Giants. He
played for the Giants. That's probably then who I saw then. Yeah.
All right. Dallas says Zimmer last year was 2013, and 2018 was Marvin Lewis's last year. There you go.
So he's been there 7 years. Yeah, see, I would like to see a little more production out of Mike Zimmer as a head coach then. For 7 years, you should be able to just about build a team up.
Well, he's made the playoffs.
But he has.
Every year. I mean, he's had a good. I think they don't have the quarterback. That's what I was. Anyway, all right, man. It's 7:00. Let's roll.
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
You wanna do the honors and end this, and I appreciate all you guys who took the chance to get on the show. Like I said, we would do this again Friday, and like I said, I might do a watch party on Sunday at 3:00 for the Crosstown shoot. I haven't made up my mind yet, but you guys can message me if you think it's a good idea on Twitter or on my Facebook page. Jeremy Dean, other than that, would you please do the honor, sir?
Yes, I will. And I just want to say, dude, I think that this new deal is awesome. It's awesome for you guys. Tell your friends, your family, anybody that's an Ohio fan, period, of sports in Ohio. Tell them about us.
Yeah.
This new way of us being able to talk to you, you don't have to show your face, or you can.
You don't turn you go to audio.
It's completely awesome. And it was all Jeff, and
my wife.
Just want to say, and yes, and his beautiful wife. I won't name her name on
national,
here, but right, but just incredible.
Mrs. Ice. We'll just call her Mrs. Ice.
Mrs. Ice. There you go. Incredible job. Just to think of it and to do it, and man, it's going to make this show, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to blow up. Especially next year when this team starts really winning. But even as of now, y'all been able to jump on and talk to us. Honestly, I have a feeling it's going to be a good thing for this show. And Jeff, I just wanted to say thank you, dude.
Hey, no problem. Chris Bangle, it doesn't want us to leave.
He said, no. What's he want to jump on now? I'm sitting here trying to be all damn sentimental.
All right. Anyway, sorry, Chris.
Hey, man, you keep watching, dude. We'll be back on Monday. Monday night. Yeah. So,
all right. Sorry. I ruined the whole thing. Go for it.
No, you're good. But anyway, just wanted to say thanks, man. I think it's an awesome idea. I think you guys are going to love it. Don't be scared to call in. And as always, remember one thing. You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati. So let's act like it. Let's be Bengal fans. Let's join the show every damn notification that comes on. And let's fill the stadium up next year for our boy Joe Burrow. We love you guys. Hoo-day.
And that's just sports, baby. See ya!